And like I said, I'm not going to keep it long at all tonight. Really ain't. I'll say that I'll end up talking for an hour. 6th chapter of St. John, we'll read verses 5 through 13. Okay? When Jesus then lifted up his eyes and saw a great company unto him, he said unto Philip, Whence shall we buy bread, that these may eat? And this he said to prove him, for he himself knew what he would do. Philip answered him, 200 pennyworth of bread is not sufficient for them, that every one of them may take a little. One of his disciples, Andrew, once again noted as Simon Peter's brother, said unto him, There is a lad here, which had 5 barley loaves and 2 small fishes. But what are they among so many? Who brought the little boy to Jesus? Andrew. Amen? And God multiplied. Who brought Peter to Jesus? Andrew. God multiplied. Okay? But you cannot multiply if you're not bringing anybody. Alright? Let me finish reading it. And Jesus said, Make me men sit down. Now there was much grass in the place, so the men sat down, and numbered about 5,000. And Jesus took the loaves, and when he had given thanks, he distributed to the disciples, and the disciples to them that were set down, and likewise of the fishes as much as they would. When they were filled, he said unto his disciples, Gather up the fragments that remain, that nothing be lost. Therefore they gathered them together and filled 12 baskets with the fragments of the 5 barley loaves, which remained over and above unto them that had eaten. After it was all said and done, they had what was it? 12 baskets left over. Amen. God, when you bring people, there's an abundance there with God. There's an abundance there. God multiplied and fed the 5,000. Okay? 2 times 2 is
4.
4. 4 times 4 is
16.
16 times 16 is
You win.
But the point is, you can take the biggest number. I'll do this. 1,645,000 times 0. 0. 0. You can take the biggest number, but if you ain't bringing them to that 1, if you ain't divided by that 1, if you ain't bringing it to the 1, Jesus, you can't never multiply. Amen? So Andrew, here had Andrew, he brought Peter. Peter became one and preached many sermons and won many people to the Lord. But it was Andrew who brought him to Jesus. Andrew didn't get all the fame that Peter's got. He don't have the letters. Don't have the gospel of Andrew. But man, that was a true mark of a disciple. Brother, I'm not going to pastor a church, and I can't do what you do. If you can bring one person to the Lord, that one person you bring may win 3,000. Amen? That's going to be a mark of a disciple. You had a little boy, a little lad that offered his lunch. And I want you to notice there was a multiplication. Why? Because Andrew brought somebody to Jesus. Okay, John 12. I'll try to stay in John, but I want you to wear you out tonight. I want you to know something else that Andrew, the often gets overlooked of Andrew.